A dedicated team of volunteers, Hampshire's Special Constabulary, are ready to fight crime. A police launch on patrol from Gosport Harbour. On board, Derek Hancock, the only Special Constable serving in Hampshire's Marine Unit.
I'm an engineer surveyor with an engineering inspection authority. I work from home. I'm more or less my own boss. As long as the work's done, nobody seems to mind. And it couldn't be a better job, really, for fitting in with the specials.
Derek's been a special for 27 years, and his background in the Merchant Navy brings valuable experience to the Marine Unit.
I used to be in charge of a subdivision in the New Forest. There were two of us running it, and of course one of us had to go. And they put in an advertisement for vacancies within the Marine Unit, so this is why I'm here. I think the jobs we do now are far more varied. I think we're trained to a much higher standard now than we used to be, but having said that, of course, all the police force has, so but we have moved with the times quite rapidly. In fact, the progress in the last 5 years has been extremely rapid.
Have you got permits from the Harbour Office?
Jet skis frequently cause problems speeding in the crowded waterway, and the unit keep a watchful eye.
We get quite a lot of, unfortunately, investigations into break-ins in boats. The theft is the theft from boats, outboard motors, electronic equipment, GPSs, radios. It's very high, but it's very, very difficult to track them down because most of the electronic stuff, it goes abroad, mainly to the continent, and it's sort of out of the country almost before people have realised it's been stolen sometimes. If you go down the River Hamble in Southampton, I would say there's millions of pounds worth of boats there. In fact, I probably ought to say billions, and it's absolute picking grounds for the thief.
Heavy tides make for dangerous currents, and fishermen without life jackets are just asking for trouble.
The adults don't wear life jackets, but the kids do. You know, so what's going to happen? Okay, the kid might fall overboard, but with water temperatures like this, and you can see the tides running, I mean, they'd be swept down the harbour, so what would happen? I don't know. I suppose at least the kid would survive. Why people just won't wear life jackets is just amazing.
Last year, after Cowes firework display, we went on patrol up the River Medina towards Newport. There was no moon that night, it was absolutely black, and the chap on the wheel all of a sudden stopped. He'd seen somebody. There was a small dinghy, 4 or 5 people in it, no lights, no life jackets at all, and they were quite obnoxious when we gave them a bit of advice. They said we should have seen them. Small world, isn't it? I think you've seen him up here. Fishing mad ever since he was that high.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris Gardner is deputy headmaster of a school catering for children with disabilities. In his spare time, he is also a dedicated member of the Specials.
The position that I am in now within the Special Constabulary in Hampshire, which is as the divisional officer, which is the senior rank we have in Hampshire, means that I'm currently managing 46 Special Constables. The general commitment of the Special Constables is at least 4 hours a week. On my division, most of the officers will work at least double that. And I'm very fortunate that within my full-time paid profession that I can undertake some of that work during daytime hours as well as the evenings.
Okay, good evening everybody. Thank you to those who've come in.
7 p.m, Bitton Station, Southampton. After a long day at work, Chris begins his weekend, briefing his team of specials for the Friday evening shift. Like Chris, they have all volunteered for an evening on the beat.
The areas that will be targeted by the vehicle. Right, so if everybody's ready and all pocketbooks are entered in, let's get out there please. Thank you very much.
The learning curve on this division is very, very quick. We're a very busy division here with 3 stations. High residential population, high-rise buildings, estates, and so there's a lot of what we call domestic violence. And for many, that's the first time that they really have their eyes open to quite difficult situations. and you can't do training exercises for the real thing. You can train and you can make people aware, but in the end of the day it's down to them and how they perform out on the street. It's not all blue lights and BMWs. There is a lot of very gutty work. Out on the beat at 2 AM, it's -3 and the rain's pouring down.
Basingstoke. Kay Hawes, a busy PA for a pharmaceuticals company, has been a special for the past 11 years.
The two that you've requested, I've spoken to Ben. Initially I wanted to join the Metropolitan Police Force, and when I went along to a recruitment day that they had, I was about ½ an inch under height, and they suggested joining the Special Constabulary. I am lucky that I have a considerable amount of spare time on my hands. I don't have any children, though I am married.
Can I take your name again?
I personally always find that once I get home, have a couple of hours to relax, have some supper and get ready to go to the police station and start all over again, I'm wide awake.
Are you going to swap us and take us to Thingy?
8 PM. Kay, along with her partner, Special Constable Andy Butler, begin their evening with a foot patrol through a housing estate which has been plagued by petty crime.
Oscar 1 Bravo 3 Bravo.
Bravo 3 Bravo again.
Can you show... Sorry, can you show...
Their first call is to reported theft from a car.
What's this house that we've got to go to?
Hi, you've rang us about the breaking the car?
Yes.
Right.
Down there, I've just been down to have a look at it.
Okay.
I've taken the CB.
Yeah, well, you're not sure, because we didn't want to touch the car.
No, we haven't touched it at all.
Right. You just want to take a quick, just have a quick look around. I mean, it's fairly obvious that it has been broken into.
That's okay, I've still got this.
Right.
I'll take that with me. I'll take that upstairs now. Oops.
Sorry to disturb you.
We're just with these good people next door, sorting out the brake in their vehicle. And we understand that you've got a digital camera.
Yeah.
And you might have got some stills.
Yeah. They're not mega clear, but I don't know whether they might be.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, certainly. If you want to come in.
Can I come in?
Thanks very much.
Hello.
Well, when I came home from work earlier, that's my car there.
Yeah.
Right.
When I came around the corner and there was a kid hanging about on the corner here looking a bit sus. And this girl. And when I arrived, they sort of meandered off quick.
Yeah.
And they came back down here, and then they went back again.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, it's a bit, and I've just got this new toy. So
Right. It doesn't by any chance put the time. There's no time up there, is there? It's just the date, is it?
I can tell you the approximate time now. It was about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Excellent.
Is that? Yeah, about 2:30.
Right. Can we just take a look at the other one?
Whilst you're doing that, Neil, can I ask your surname? Yep. The gentleman concerned works for a plastics firm, so he said tonight he's going to make a moulding or make a cutout and stick it in.
Winchester. Special Nympha Sanawi patrols with regular officer PC Clive Humphreys.
I've just completed a degree course. I had a young son. I felt it wasn't fair to go into full-time employment until he was that few years older. I'm more than content to be a special. I've enjoyed it immensely since I joined, and the more I'm in it, the more I enjoy it. The more responsibility we get. Specials is changing all the time, and we're given opportunities to do so much now, and to be involved in the changes that are taking place. As they used to say in the old days, which we are loath to say nowadays, which was the hobby bobby. We're in it because we want to deal with the community, we want to be a part of the community and give something back into the community. Just to be I think we're a PR machine in a certain extent.
Can you repeat?
Yes, Mike November 07, that's the public house.
For part of my degree, my dissertation was actually written on the payment of specials. I spent a year researching into whether regular officers and special constables believe they should be paid or not. Because of the changing role of the special, because of what more and more is being asked of us, our training is much improved.
Hamble, home of Hampshire Constabulary's training centre. Here, new specials attend a residential course, instructing them in basic police procedure. Along with classroom lectures, they also have to acquire practical skills they may one day need on the street. In the gym, they undergo a rigorous course of instruction in handling the ASP baton. For many recruits, this is the toughest part of the course.
Hand up to defend, maybe to redirect. Strike! Bring it up this side here, look at the body. It's very difficult to be defensively aggressive, if you like, for some people, because they've never been in that environment. They've never trained for that environment. And suddenly you're confronted by somebody who's potentially violent. They may have a size advantage. They may be under the influence of drugs and drink. You know, it's very, very difficult to get them to adopt that survival attitude.
PT instructor Marty Farrow dons full body armour for the final test, in which recruits will have to fend him off with the baton.
That goes through your arms, isn't it? Your arms should be in it.
See what I can do as well, I could get the training knife and put the knife in my hand here, so you know, I'm asking them to take the weapon delivery system out, which will be striking this arm. So I can put a knife in there and you know they're actually striking and taking this arm out. You find the biggest thing is, you know, after maybe 15 or 20 seconds, because I mean verbal commands, verbal tactics are important as well, they tend to dry up. And they find it physically becomes very tough, and they can't say anything verbally, they dry up, and physically they become very drained. And then you can see them digging deep, you know, the survival instinct kicks in.
The idea of the 2-minute war is to put in practice everything that you've learned, okay? All the skills that you've learned, the weapon side, the reaction side, strike, basic foot movement, the basic self-defence we're looking for. Also there to bring out a bit of aggression. It gives us a chance to look at you and see whether we feel you're suitable to actually carry the ASP. 3, 2, 1, come back! Excuse me, sir, you on your shoulder! Stay still! Stay still!
I will strike you if you come any
I've got an
further!
autograph.
Stay there!
Stay back! Speak to me! Now! Good lad. Get in there now. And stop. Oh, let me solve it. And stop. All right.
Good. Your adrenaline starts, and even though it's in a classroom scenario, your adrenaline gets going, and you really do. I mean, he doesn't mess about. He comes for you, and he means it. So yeah, your adrenaline gets going, and you just go for it.
It looks easy, but once you actually get there, it is very, very demanding, and I mean, it does sort of take a long time. But well, it seems that way. It's very tiring.
I was a bit worried about it at first because I heard stories that it was really hard, but no, I really enjoyed it in the end.
But when you're out there and he's just coming at you again and again and again, it's very wearing. In reality, they wouldn't keep coming at you for a minute, you'd hope, but it was very tiring.
9 p.m. Chris Gardner joins his team of specials who have just conducted a drugs raid in a local park.
Well done, Gardner. Right. We got anything?
No, it's too late. Get a load of those behind there.
Obviously this evening there has been some smoking of cannabis. This is what we call a lung. There's quite a strong smell about it even now, so you know, yes, there has been some smoking going on. So yes, it was worth it. It keeps them on their toes and just lets them know that, you know, we're not going to turn a blind eye to it.
And regretfully, it's one of the things that the specials have to learn very quickly, that this sort of thing goes on and what to look for, the telltale signs, because it's your split-second decision as to ascertaining what's going on and who's involved and getting the details before you're going to make positive arrests. See if we can find any dog ends or anything.
Meanwhile, back in Basingstoke, Kay Hawes has responded to complaints of a group of youths congregating near a local off-licence.
Hold on. What I'm going to do, okay, this is purely to say that I've spoken to you tonight, okay? I'm going to take your names, your addresses and your dates of birth, okay? And it goes into my pocketbook and it's just purely to say that I've spoken to you, all right? Okay, let's start with you. Can I have a sweet? Who bought them for you?
Me.
While Kay questions the youths, her partner Andy Buckler has pulled over another group who had driven by shouting abuse.
Now, do not stick two fingers up at police officers. All right? Yeah. Thank you very much. Are you the owner of the vehicle? That's your car, is it? How old are you? 17. And this is your car, is it? Next time you carry passengers in your car, I would advise them to behave themselves, alright? Because I find it quite offensive when people stick fingers up out the car at me, alright? We don't know whether or not they're going to be in drink or whatever, so just as a little added protection, a unit normally just takes a drive past. And he obviously, because he stopped and waited there for quite a while, he was obviously quite keen to make sure that our safety was sort of looked after. Right, well this is
I'm sure that you're getting an idea walking around that some of these estates are like rabbit warrens, and it really is quite imperative to remember where you are, where you're going, and to know your way around, because if you start chasing someone or you have to run quickly, then trying to get units to back you up when they can't find you, it can obviously be quite dangerous. So, but it's very quiet over here tonight, I'm surprised.
Yeah, extremely. Mind you, I should imagine it'd be a bit livelier up at the
leisure centre.
We have quite an active social life, as they say, and that's quite nice because you find the specials mixing with the regular officers, with certain shifts, going to their Christmas do's, going to barbecues and things like that. And I've certainly lost 5 of my female special constables, lost is the right word, who are now married to regular officers.
In Bitton, the specials come in for their mid-evening break.
You do have to be, you know, like quite self-motivated because you've got a hard day at work or whatever, and then you've got like an hour to have your tea and get back out again. But it's worth it. I think a lot of the special operations that the police do wouldn't be able to go ahead unless they had the volunteer specials to do them.
It's boosted my confidence quite a lot through coming out, and it makes me talk to people more, whereas before I just, you know, kind of sit back and watch other people, but I am more confident in myself.
Traffic offences are a favourite target for a Friday evening, and 2 specials stationed by toll booths conduct spot checks.
The purpose of stopping the vehicles here primarily is for road safety checks. We're trying to ensure that the vehicle is safe, it's got all its lights are working, tyres. If the officers are not happy with what they see of the driver and occupants, they are likely to make other checks. It's our normal routine that one speaks to the driver of the vehicle while the other officer will be making a vehicle check to the police national computer. We're doing that to check that we haven't stopped a stolen vehicle, or that vehicle is wanted in relation to any other sort of crime or road traffic accident.
Your vehicle's got an insurance marker that says that at some stage the vehicle has been written off. Really? As either a write-off, really, put on by a police car.
Well, this is news to me.
Or an insurance uneconomical loss.
Well,
it's one indicator that
this
could
is
be
news to me.
It's one indicator that also could be a stolen motor vehicle.
You carry on.
It could be.
I respect.
You can pop your bonnet and we'll just have a check. We'll check
don't say that, please. Stolen vehicle.
It might not be. It's just that that's one of the indicators that there are for some stolen motor vehicles.
If it is, it's news to me this evening. Do you want to do it?
Where's the bonnet?
Just do it. You've got to push it forward. Get it down low. Back then. So now I'm going to be popular on.
The vehicle is not stolen and the driver is allowed to proceed.
Plate's not been changed.
In Winchester, Nympha Sinawi, partnered with regular officer PC Clive Humphreys, is also involved in checking vehicles.
Hello, you. Can I ask you please to pull in front of the police car so we can let this other traffic. You've got a light out and we'd like to check it, please.
I've got a light out?
You've got a light out. Just pull in front of the car, please. Don't know if you're aware of it or not.
No, it must have just gone then. It's been
right, we did see you up Romsey Road earlier and the light was, you know, especially being a taxi, you've got to take more. Have you got any bulbs on board? Well, some people do.
Yeah, I'll have a look. What about if I can't get one tonight though? I mean, am I
you shouldn't be driving it then, really,
okay, no problem. As long as I know.
Yeah. Okay, right, you've been told.
Specials account for 18% of the police force in Hampshire and are a valuable adjunct to regular officers.
At Winchester, I've noticed they're very keen. Having worked at other police stations, I've noticed that in Winchester as well, there's always a lot more on duty, and particularly at weekends. There's plenty of people about, which is great for us because that's the most busy time we've got, and there's just not enough of us to cover the situations that arise. Negative, we're just in the square. There's a rather full pub down there.
Nympha and Clive are called to attend a noisy party which has attracted complaints from the neighbours.
Cannabis bust here.
Evening.
Hi.
It's
good evening. This time, if that's so to speak.
It's probably not the music.
Yeah.
That's the reason. We've had a complaint about it. No, just keep it going by all.
They let the teenagers off with a warning.
Late, but can you just
turn it down a bit?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Don't want to spoil the party. Don't want to spoil it. Just keep it generally a little bit. Just beware. You know, obviously, somebody.
Well, we told the neighbours like at least 3 doors on from each way. So.
Right.
Midnight in Basingstoke, and Kay is coming to the end of her shift.
I'm lucky that I've got an understanding partner who approves of what I do.
Think of an easy one.
Creeping home at all hours of the morning, you know, when everybody else is sound asleep.
It's all been quiet then, Susan?
Yeah, lovely.
I wouldn't say that it's a social thing to go on duty because obviously we're there to do a job and to serve the community. But I think really that's the best thing that I get back from it is serving people and helping people really. We can all offer something that can be used.